English Language, Second Term, Form 1, Fire Safety. SOW reference, Unit 3, Fire Safety, Text Level Work, page number 48, Word Level Work, page number 48, Spelling, page number 48, Sentence Level Work, page number 49, Writing, page number 50 and 51. These are the lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, children will be able to understand about the given facts according to the theme, write answers to the comprehension passages, understand about homophones, understand about the complex sentences, create student critical thinking. Children, before you enter to the lesson, we have to concern about the vocabulary. Engulf, cover it completely. Lethal, deadly. Evacuating, remove from the dangerous place to a safer place. Recommendations, suggestions. Combustion, burning. Smoldering, flameless burning. Discarded, neglected. Combustibles, able to catch fire. Tamper, interfere. Chars, becomes black. Elaboration of the lesson. In this lesson, children will be able to understand about fire safety and protection, general guidelines and recommendations. Children, page number 46 and 47, there is a comprehension passage about fire safety. Fire safety. Why do we use fire safety? Why do we want to know about fire safety? Fire. You can see the picture. There is a fire. The building has damaged, devastated and destroyed with the fire. Fire is a sudden accident. We don't know when it will occur. At that time, we can't imagine what we have to do. But before happening this case, we have to be prepared. So you can see firefighters are there. They are trying to solve a problem. But it is not easy. So it is a very dangerous situation. Very serious. If there is a fire emergency, we have to help everyone out of the building. So what we should do, children? Before the firefighters arrives, we have to run through the stairs. But when we are going to use the other things, it will be very dangerous. So we have to run through the stairs. This is the first one. So in your textbook, there is mentioned lots of fire safety and protection. Shall I read the first page, children? Fires can engulf a home in 60 seconds. Are you prepared with the quick and safe method of escape? You would not want to be trapped in a burning building. Smoke detectors and heat alarms may warn you, but you still need a safe method of escape from a burning structure. So there are general guidelines. What are the general guidelines, children? What you have to do in such a case? Always when you are sleeping in bedrooms, the door has to be closed. This will keep lethal heat and smoke out of bedrooms, giving you time to escape. Encourage everyone to sound a family alarm. So there should be a alarm. Yelling, banging on walls, whistles like that. In a fire, time is critical. Don't waste time getting dressed. Don't search for pets or valuables. In such a case, if you are finding your pets and your valuable things, so you will be trapped in the fire. So directly what you want to be is escape from the place as soon as possible. So there are recommendations, children. Let's move on to the recommendations. Recommendations. Solutions. What are the previous solutions? Install smoke detectors. In the first picture you can see some fire extinguishers. What are the fire extinguishers, children? In red color cylinders. So inside there are smoke. So when it happens, such a case, you can use from the pin and then you have to squeeze, blow it to the fire. Then there is some solution for solve it. But emergency you have to call firefighters. So put emergency numbers near telephones. Near your telephones you always has to be kept emergency telephone numbers like 999. In Sri Lanka there are numbers, emergency numbers, so you have to always write down the numbers under the phone. Space heaters need space. So in flats we can see heaters. These heaters has a long distance. If it each close together, what will happen will be occur a fire. Smokers need to extra careful. You can see in the second picture a person is sleeping while smoking. This is very dangerous situation. So it is very simply occur a incident, fire incident. So you no need to, we have to advise them not to do such things. Be careful cooking. While cooking, some others are closing doors and windows because gas immediately occur fire accidents. At that time, she has a fire extinguisher, so she is using it for solve the problem. So it's certain extent is good to have such like fire extinguishers in homes. Some flats we can see fire extinguishers are kept aside of gas cylinders because of such situations. Then matches and lighters are dangerous. You can see matches and lighters. These also when you are using, you have to be very careful. You have to put away from children these things. And electricity safely. You have to use electricity safely. You have to keep it in your mind. You have to be sure they switched off, always switched off your refrigerators and the other things when it happens such a case. Be careful of halogen lights. You can see in the last picture halogen lights. So the fire is blowing here and there from these lights. Such a case near some flammable things like papers, curtains, it will suddenly occur a fire. So these are some of recommendation from aware of such a dangerous situation, children. I think you have had a good idea about the text, and page number 47 there are questions. You have to follow and observe very well page number 46 and 47. By observing the lesson, you have to do your comprehension part. How quickly can a fire overtake a fire? How often should you change the batteries in a smoke detector? The guidelines recommend that things that burn should be how far from a heater? For how long should burns be placed in cold water? How often should smoke detectors be checked? So in the first answer, I will tell you how quickly can a fire overtake a house in a 60 second. In 60 second. Likewise, observing the comprehension passage, you can give answers to the comprehension. In page number 48, children, spelling part, homophones are there. What are the homophones? Homophones are words that sound the same but are spelled differently. You can see some homophones there. Homophones are words sound same but spelling different. Bear, bear. You can see pictures. Bare branches. The tree are cleared, already bare. The tree are already bare. The second picture, I am afraid of bears. Bored and bored. After a while I got bored and left. In the second picture, I'll write it up on the board. Bee and bee. Be quiet. A bee is buzzing around. Beach and beach. It's nice day for going to the beach. The great beaches towered up towards the sky. Bean and bean. Tom doesn't like green beans. I've never been in Japan. Blue and blue. She likes blue dresses. She blew onto her office to cool it down. So you can have a clear understanding about homophones. Homophones are words that sound the same but are spelled differently. Observing this part of a lesson, you can give good answers for your comprehension, for your spelling exercise. Let's move on to the next slide, children. Sentence level work. In page number 49, you have a grammar part, grammar and punctuation, complex sentences. What is a complex sentence, children? A complex sentence is made up of one main clause and one or more other clauses, called subordinate clause. What is a subordinate clause? Main clause and subordinate clause. Subordinate clause cannot make sense on their own. Example, at least one smoke detector should be installed because it will save lives. You can see main clause and the subordinate clause in this sentence. At least one smoke detector should be installed. This is the main clause. It has a sense even. Because it will save lives, when we take it in a one part, there is no sense. Because it will save lives. Then you have a clear understand about a subordinate clause cannot stand. Only subordinate clause without main clause. Because subordinate clause does not have sense without the main clause. Always with main clause join with the subordinate clause only, there will be a clear sense. Understood, children? Now I have given some activities in the next slide. Activity page number 49. A part. I have divided main clause and subordinate clause. So observing this chart, you can create sentences. Main clause. It is better to get out and telephone the emergency services. This is the main clause. What is the subordinate clause? From a safer place outside the home. So how do you say it in together? It is better to get out and telephone the emergency services from a safer place outside the home. Second one, professional medical help should be obtained immediately for seriously injured victims. Third sentence, never smoke in bed or when you are sleeping. Fourth, matches and lighters can be lethal in the hand of a child. Last sentence, choose a safe meeting place outside the house. In these sentences, children, I will choose the fourth sentence. Matches and lighters can be lethal in the hand of a child. In this sentence, in the hand of a child comes in the first part as subordinate clause. Then you have to add a comma. Then you have to write matches and lighters can be lethal. But in the hand of a child is exactly the subordinate clause in your activity. That is why I put it into subordinate clause. So even when you are reading the sentence, you have to have a clear understanding about main clause and the subordinate clause. How do you understand the main clause? Main clause always gives a sense. Subordinate clause does not. Likewise, you will have a clear understanding about main clause and the subordinate clause. Thank you, children. I think you have a good understanding about some grammar parts as well as the lesson fire safety. Thank you so much for listening. Have a nice day.